So we're hanging out in the studio doing our show. The phone rings, we pick it up, and...
It's Frankie Ballard. You know what? All the stars, they come to us for help promoting themselves.
That's right. You need help promoting... Yeah, you need help promoting your career. You call Mr. Morning and Suzy.
It's kind of like Garth Brooks. He'd be nothing without us.
That's
and
right.
Our interview with him that went crazy.
So he's a smart guy. So we got a chance to talk to him about his new love. He just got married. Also his life and sunshine and or whiskey.
Which one?
Yeah. We'll find out. Listen and check it out.
Well, Frankie Ballard just called in. He's on the phone with us right now from Nashville.
You know him from his smash hit Sunshine and Whiskey, and it all started with a beer. Hell of a Life and Young and Crazy. Frankie, thanks so much for being on the show with us.
Yeah, he's calling all the way from Nashville to the Northeast, huh, Frankie?
Hey, it's awesome to be here. You know, the Northeast is such a beautiful place this time of the year.
We got Frankie Ballard, Suzy, this morning.
So cool. Now, you're Frankie Robert Ballard the Fourth. Did it ever get confusing at dinner time, or did your mother ever mess up like who she was calling?
Yeah, you know, that's honestly how I became Frankie, because the proper name is just Frank, and, you know, my dad was Frank, and so my mom had to have a way of distinguishing who she was yelling at. So Frank was my dad, and I was Frankie.
What I love about Frankie, he's got his own unique style. Did anybody design? Is that your own thing, or did somebody come up and say, "Hey, maybe you'd look cool looking like this"? You know, the hair up and the jacket and all that stuff.
You know, I was a kid, and my dad kind of turned me on to Elvis. Once I fell in love with Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash and all the old Memphis Sun records, and there was just something about that era, and imagining my dad kind of walking around the streets of Detroit in the 50s growing up as a kid. I just romanticized that 50s and 60s era in men's fashion. Steve McQueen and Paul Newman and all those guys.
Yeah.
I just have always really liked that, and I think when I sort of put my own thing down, that's kind of the era that I'm reaching for, you know? So it's just something I love to do and a way that I love to express myself.
I'm sure you've gotten this once or twice. Did everybody ever say, "Hey, Michael J. Fox, what's going on?"
Yeah, a couple people have said that referenced that from Back to the Future. But I take it as a compliment, you know. I thought he had a cool thing going.
Hey, what one song of yours, and you've had so many now, what one song of yours, because you always hear artists saying, you know, I'll do my songs, but I get tired of singing a certain song. Is there one that you're never going to get tired of singing that you've written so far?
No, I'm still waiting for that to happen. I've heard other people talk about that phenomenon, but, you know, if I get to, like, Hell of a Life or Young and Crazy or Sunshine and Whiskey or It All Started with a Beer, one of those songs that we've played, you know, 1,000 times plus now, and especially the stuff from the Sunshine and Whiskey album, because, you know, it's just a little bit older. The reaction that I get from the fans, whether it's an acoustic show or out on a stage somewhere, seeing those faces of the people that recognize it and they're singing along, that makes it so much fun.
We're talking this morning with Frankie Ballard, who called into our show.
You once said in an interview for Taste of Country, they asked you what were some of your biggest turn-ons and turn-offs when it comes to ladies, and you said a fine pair of athletic legs is your biggest turn-on.
He's a leg man.
Now, did you find that? And I've seen some pictures, and I definitely think you found those athletic legs in Christina, because you guys just got married in March. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm a very blessed man.
But does she have the legs you've always been looking for?
Oh, you know she does.
Good answer.
You know
legs all
Good
day.
answer, Frankie. Good answer. See, you know, he's a married man now. You know, staying on the good foot. Definitely.
I'm very lucky. I'm telling you, everything and anything that I'm capable of in this life, I'm incapable of without her. So she's my partner, and I'm very lucky to have her. And you better watch out, because now I got the strength of 10 now.
All right, Frankie, I need to know one thing. If you could choose only one, what would it be? Sunshine or whiskey?
I would pick whiskey. Because, you know, I'm Irish. I get, like, red, and then I kind of go back to my normal color. So, you know, I like to stay in the shade. I'd sip on a little whiskey.
You know, I'm Italian, and the same thing happens to me after whiskey. I turn red, and then I go back to my original color.
No, I was talking about the sun.
No, I know that. I know that. That's what I said. I'm Italian, so I don't mind the sun, but the whiskey makes me red.
That's awesome. We're a good combo.
Yeah, and if it all started with a beer, Frankie, what was next? Because we know that gateway beverage is beer, you know?
It just leads to other bigger and badder things.
Well, love was next, and that's the best drug of all.
Oh,
He's a romantic.
Man.
Listen.
He still didn't answer my one question. What was wilder, Florida Georgia Line or Lady Antebellum backstage?
Florida Georgia Line was definitely wilder.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I can't picture Charles Kelly sitting there going, Yeah, bring the Jaeger bomb. Bring the ladies. Come on. That's your thing, though. A good Jaeger bomb, right?
I'll tell you what. Well, I'll tell you this. Florida Georgia Line, I didn't really know those guys before that tour started. We did a long tour, almost a year. And those are two of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet in the music business. I know a lot of people think that they're, just party guys, and they know how to party, but they're really sweet men, and they love their wives, and they take great care of them, and they work really hard, But we did our fair share of drinking. I mean, it gets thirsty out there.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yep.
Sure does. You got to quench that thirst.
Definitely.
Frankie Ballard, he's been on the show with us this morning. It's so nice to have you on, Frankie. And just got married last month. Many, many happy years with you and Christina together.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you for having me.